I stopped by today with great resistance. I'll tell you, sometimes I can almost talk myself out of being obedient. Almost. Sometimes we can all talk ourselves out of being obedient or listen to the doubts of the enemy. Nobody wants to hear this. You're not ready. Just, sharing a little bit of my struggle this morning because I believe we all fight from time to time and war in our minds. Maybe we do constantly um, in that battlefield that was spoke about yesterday. And so I stopped by this morning to remind us, as I am reminded this morning, that Jesus himself is the author, meaning he writes, you know, the author of a book knows the story. They've already got all the characters, the plot, the ending, it's all written. And Jesus is the author of our faith, of our trust in him. And so the more we trust in him to be the author, the more we can rest, the more we can step away from trying to figure everything out. Something that I am learning about myself is I have some very deep rooted thoughts that really don't make any sense, that are kind of blanket statements, um, because it makes me feel, I guess, more in control or more comfortable. And the only blanket statements that we have are those that are found in the Word. And the only truth that we have is Jesus and his words. The truth that we have is eternal. Things in this world are going to shift, they're going to change. There are too many variables, and we're constantly trying to make things consistent. And routines and habits aren't bad, plans are not bad within themselves, but when they become our idols and they become something that we feel incomplete without, then I believe that Jesus will gently, if he can gently, sometimes we don't listen to gently. Sometimes we need not so gentle reminders that he is the author and he is the perfecter of our faith, that we can do all things through him, but we can do nothing separated from him. When he talks about the branches and the vines in John, excuse me, 15, he talks about us being able to do nothing apart from him, and that we would abide in him, and that we would come for him for rest, for peace. And so this morning, um, just inviting you to journey with me to stay in that pocket, to stay in that place of rest as we agree with the word that Jesus is the author and the perfecter of our faith, and have that on repeat today in our hearts and in our minds, and journey with that and see what it feels and looks like to trust Jesus with even the thing that is most personal to us, which is our faith, because we need our faith. We need to, where is our faith? What are we trusting? Am I trusting in my coffee to wake me up, or my pre workout, or my vitamins, or my routine? I just have been praying lately, and I really want the Lord to reveal to me idols in my heart. I really, really do. And I think the sneakiest idol that we have often is ourself. And that is why Jesus says, you must first die to yourself that you might live for Christ. And what a journey it is. You know, I think we think that if we die, we put a negative connotation on die, but we know that Jesus said, unless a grain of wheat falls and it dies, it can't reproduce um, good fruit. So that could go, I know the Lord could go really deep with that. I have an appointment to get to, so I bid you farewell, but I will see you later, if it be the Lord's will, for Testimony Tuesday. I pray that this blesses the hearers, and that it would take lodging and roots deep in our hearts, that we might continue to trust Jesus even deeper for all the things. Love y'all. Have a blessed day.